Thank you for the guidance and clarity that you have given. Indeed, I was a member of the Pan-African Parliament, and the direction you've given is correct. What I'm wondering is, given that it's already been moved and seconded, if the committee is going to examine it, at what point is it coming back? Is it a continuation, or the committee will bring it afresh? Because even in the past, it's actually the committee that moves the motion, not the members. The members contribute. So maybe you can give guidance that when it comes back again, at what point is it coming back? Is it being moved afresh? Thank you.
The Honorable Opiyo Wandai, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, whereas I agree with your ruling, largely, to a large extent, because we must also establish order and procedures that can stand the test of time. And I'm very convinced that the committee chaired by the Honorable Wanjiku Muhia is capable of doing that examination. Mr. Speaker, my only question is, what would such examination, especially of a report which has already been put together by a delegation of this House, entail? What would that examination entail? And what kind of latitude does the committee have in such circumstances? For instance, does it have the latitude to reject, to amend, or otherwise vary? What does the examination really entail? That is important, because otherwise you shall be giving the committee a carte blanche that they may be unable to see what to do with. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Opiyo Wandai. The standing orders were framed. And in this country, when it comes to laws, standing orders, traditions, let's always go back to the intent, the spirit, and the object of the framers of that. When in their own wisdom, or in our own wisdom, we were creating standing orders, we not only said examine the records of all the relevant debates, examine. We went again and said inquire into and examine any other matter relating. The presumption is that this Committee on Regional Integration will have to go through all these reports before they come to the floor of the House, enrich it, debate it within themselves, and only then shall it become a substantive part of this, or rather business of this House, for the House to debate from an informed position when the committee created for that purpose has put in its own inputs into it. That, I understand, I think, is the object of putting this into our standing orders. And it's very clear. It says the committee will enhance the role of the involvement of the House. Enhance the role of the involvement of the House. It is not left entirely to the delegations that went out there. And I want to agree pretty much with what Millie has said. In the intensification and the development of the integration process, it has to, this committee has that among other objects. So the examination is there, the inquiry is there, the enhancement is there. This committee has been given that role to look into these reports before they come into the floor of the House, for it to become a substantive part of this, and for them also to, in addition to it, contribute. Millie Odhiambo says that during her time, that actually the committee used to move this. I stand to be guided on that, because when I was here last time, which is 10 years ago, this was not the standing orders that we're using. We're using different standing orders. But it's my opinion in this case, both from a legal standpoint, from a practice also, that the committee is not supposed to do all the examinations, the inquiry, and the enhancement of the rest of it, of the report, just for nothing, for the heck of it. That committee must play its role in this House. And I direct